That's the one.
Yeah.
Good luck, mate.
Kia ora team, and welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. I'm Jono, your host. So today is a prediction video for this great fight between Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr. and Jarell Big Pharmacy Miller. Two guys who haven't been that active. Jarell Big Baby Miller is coming off a loss to Daniel Dubois. He was stopped in the final round. Andy Ruiz Jr. is coming off a win over Luis Ortiz, but that was in 2023. He had one fight mid-2021 against Chris Arreola and had one fight since then against Luis Ortiz. Both guys have been going through some domestic troubles with divorces and whatnot, so they have had a lot on their mind, but both of them have got all that stuff behind them now. They've been able to concentrate. They've both had plenty of time to train, so let's get into this. So Andy Ruiz Jr. is 35-2. He's never been stopped, has no draws. He is 34 years of age. He's 6'2", it says here, but I think he's more like 6'1". He has a 74-inch reach. Jarell Miller is 26-1 with one draw. He has 22 knockouts. He has been stopped once. That was in the final 10th round against Daniel Dubois, his last fight, and he has the one draw. That was against Joey Dawako way back in his early career. It was only a 4-rounder and he never avenged that loss. He is 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. He's 36 years old. Orthodox. They're both orthodox. So if we look at these two guys' resumes, we'd have to say Andy Ruiz has the more experience at world level. He's had 3 world title fights. Jarell Miller has had none. Ironically, what would have been his first title fight was against Anthony Joshua, and he got caught with half a pharmacy in his body. So Andy Ruiz got the shot and scored the biggest upset of the decade against Anthony Joshua. So the big pharmacy only really has himself to blame for the problems he's had in his career. You want to cheat, you get caught, tough shit. Handle the jandle. But I'm not sure how much this advantage and experience is going to help Andy Ruiz, because he's been out of the ring for too long. He's been too inactive. At least Jarell Miller, with his domestic problems, he's still been active, even if it is against slightly lower level competition sometimes. Daniel Dubois obviously is his hardest opponent so far, and that's why he lost. To be fair though, Big Pharmacy only got 4 weeks notice for that fight, and he needs at least 8 weeks to lose some weight. Andy Ruiz also has his weight problems, but apparently he's got it under control. He's fit enough at the moment, so it's going to be a real interesting fight. I don't really have much faith in either guy for doing much, but I do have faith in Jarell Miller for still pumping out his volume. That fight against Daniel Dubois, he did look like he was starting to get on top, but Daniel Dubois found his balls and got a second wind and outworked Jarell Miller towards the end of the fight and got the referee stoppage in the end. When it comes to speed, obviously Andy Ruiz is going to have a huge advantage, but I don't think he can put out the volume like Jarell Miller, and I don't think he's got quite enough power to put Jarell Miller down. I've never seen Jarell Miller knocked down in professional boxing yet. He does have a hell of a chin. He's got no neck, it probably helps. Andy Ruiz has a hell of a chin of himself, but as we've seen, he has been knocked down. He got knocked down by Chris Arreola, got knocked down by Anthony Joshua. He got put down in the amateurs against Oscar Ruiz in Olympic qualifiers. So he can be put down. My question is he going to be able to handle the volume after being off for so long? I have just watched a Jarell Miller interview. He's about 45 pounds lighter than what he was in his last fight. I believe he was 333, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just look here. He was 333 pounds for his last fight, so he's looking to be under 300 pounds, maybe 285, something like that. And just from the interview that I saw, he does look a lot more like the old Jarell Miller from 2018, 2017. He's still going to be heavier than he should be, but he feels comfortable. Andy Ruiz, I haven't seen much interviews about how he's going yet, but I don't really trust anything that Andy Ruiz puts out on social media anyway. He tends to put photos up of him in the past and say it was him right there. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting. I think I'm going to favor Jarell Miller here, but if we go and have a look at some odds, I found this really quite interesting. As you can see here, we've got methods of victory. Just for the win though, we have Andy Ruiz at $1.27, which is you put $1 on, you get $1.27 back if you win. So not much to make on Andy Ruiz just for the win. Jarell Miller, $3.70 for the win. So if you put $1 on, you get $3.70 back, or $2.70 profit, right? But if we go down to the methods of victory, Andy Ruiz by knockout is $3.25. I can't see that happening, to be honest. I just don't think Andy Ruiz is going to be able to have enough volume like Daniel Dubois to get the stoppage, and I don't think he's got enough power to put Jarell Miller on the floor. They've got Andy Ruiz at $1.90, which is pretty much even odds just for the decision. We have Jarell Miller at $8.50 for a knockout and $6.50 for a decision. So, like I say, I'm favouring Jarell Miller for the win here, just based on his volume and his chin. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get a referee stoppage. I sure as hell don't think he's going to knock Andy Ruiz clean out, but it's possible if he can keep the pressure on and the volume up for the entire fight. He may get a referee stoppage, rounds 7, 8 or 9. This is a 10-round fight. It doesn't have the amount of rounds on BoxRec. It has question mark, but I went and looked at Tapology and they've got the rounds on there. So it's going to be 10 3-minute rounds. I think the safest bet is probably Jarell Miller just for the win, and that almost triples your money. But I'll probably be taking a bit of a punt, and throw a little bit on Jarell Miller by decision at $6.50. It's almost worth halving your stake and putting half on Jarell Miller by stoppage and half on Jarell Miller by decision, because of the odds being so high. That way one of them's going to come off and you're still going to make money, even with a small stake. But there is also what the bookies favor, being the decision for Andy Ruiz. I think it's certainly possible if he can get some good counters in there get some respect from Jarell Miller, which is a real hard thing to do. It's possible he can win this on decision. I think a lot of what's going to determine who's going to come out on top is who's going to have the better legs in this. I imagine Andy Ruiz should possibly have the better feet, but it's a real hard pick, this one. It's a real hard pick. If you're betting on it, I wouldn't bother putting anything on Andy Ruiz just for the win. At $1.27, that's not paying enough to make anything out of it, unless you've got it in a multi-bet or accumulator, as some call them. If I was going to be betting on Andy Ruiz, I'd definitely be going decision at $1.90. But my official pick, it's so hard because this is such an even fight, with both guys not fighting at this level much. Of course, Jarell Miller has that Daniel Dubois fight fairly recently, but he wasn't in the best of shape. This time he's in the best of shape. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. My official pick is gonna be Jarell Miller by decision. But great fight, great card. All hail Prince Turki Al Sheikh. You're the man. So I'll be putting out another prediction video for the other heavyweight fight on the card between Martin Bakole and Jared Big Baby Anderson. Keep an eye out on the channel for that, and let us know your prediction for this fight in the comments below. We can get some conversation going. So that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget, before you leave, to hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit that bell icon for future notifications. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you.